Hello folks, I Figures Forever am back with another review for you guys. As you may or may not know, I just reviewed the Hot Toys Grid Alien, so I figured it would be a good idea to show you guys the McFarlane version. He's definitely smaller, he stands about 8 inches, and he obviously costs a lot less. So let's jump right into the review. Basically, packaging he comes in, clamshell. I believe he comes with a little thing that shows all the figures. It's sort of like a little piece of paper. Nothing too crazy. He comes with this stand, which is the same, I guess, floor as they have in the sacrificial chamber in the movie. So he comes with that, and there's little holes on it, as you may have noticed. You can put pegs in there. It helps his feet. It helps him stand. I never used them. I just kind of kept them in the little wrap. And yeah, so let's move on to the figure. Like I said, stands about 8 inches tall. At first glance, looks pretty good. I guess we can hop into the articulation. He's got articulation in the ankles. However, there's no side to side. It's not a ball joint. Back here, a little disappointing. There's no articulation at all, so you can't bend the knees. I mean, these guys did come out before the NECA aliens, so obviously things have improved in the action figures of all companies. They've all been getting better articulation and whatnot. But anyways, up here he's got this clear joint, I believe a ball joint. You get some nice motion, wide poses, but you can't get those nice low poses that you'd expect from a xenomorph because of the behind the knee issue. At the stomach there is up and down motion, which is good. The head gets motion as well. It's not that free to move. It always seems to be kind of slightly angled to one side. The arms get a back and forth motion. They don't get an in and out motion like you may see with the newer NECA aliens, because this is of course McFarlane. They are the only ones to have done the AVP line at this kind of size of figure. Arms get a nice movement, but like the case with the NECA Predator, it doesn't really look good when you leave the arm kind of out because they don't match up, the parts of the arm. The wrists, you get some motion as well, just swiveling. You can do full 360, but you can't move it outwards, which is unfortunate. The tail is really good though. You get a lot of movement, and it tends to stay in the pose you just like left it in, which I think is really nice. And you kind of have it over his head. Yeah, so the articulation isn't the greatest. I mean, it is an older figure, so I can't complain too much. The paint on this figure looks pretty good. I would have liked to have seen a little more I guess acid blood from the grid pattern on his head. I don't think it's quite defined enough. The rest of the body looks alright. Of course, you're not going to get the same detail you would with a Hot Toys paint job, because of course those figures, let me zoom in for you, are quite a bit more expensive. For the price I paid, I mean, not a bad figure at all. Maybe not one I would recommend. Sorry, my stomach's growling. I need to grab a bite to eat after. But yeah, I always liked him. He was one of the earlier figures I've had. I've had him for several years now. Probably around 6 years. He's pretty cool, other than the articulation problems. I mean, go ahead if you're a fan of the movie, pick him up. He is going to be harder to find. You're probably going to have to go on eBay or something. You probably won't be finding any of these at your local stores. So like I said, if you're a fan of the movie, if you like the franchises, go ahead, grab him. He looks pretty good in the collection. But if not, I would not recommend this figure. That's pretty much all as for this review. Have a good one, guys. Figures Forever, out.